day 20 for the online dance movement, and here we are. Let's get going. As I said, I'm going to have a little bit of a classical flair to what we do today. So while I'm waiting for people to pop on, we're just going to sit on our chairs and go over our postural technique, and then we'll begin. Sound good? All right, and what we were just listening to was Theme for a One-Handed Piano Concerto. We'll do that again because I like it. Yes, the light's on. The light's much better, isn't it? I'll come closer for this. No. So sitting up in your chairs, sitting on the edge of your seats, not so close that you might fall off, but I want you to be sitting on your sit bones. They love you to be sitting on your sit bones so you're able to sit up nicely. And I'm just going to go over the Alexander technique, just recap that so we're ready to start. Sitting on the edges of your chairs, sitting on the sit bones, just gently roll the pelvis, roll back off the pelvis, just gently but keep lifting. Hi Sam. Who's that? Hi Ornella. So we're just waiting for a couple of more people to get on, and we're just going over our postural technique before we start. So just lifting into a little roll back, lifting into a little roll forward, just so that you feel you're right up on your sit bones. Allow the neck to be free. Allow the weight to go forward and up. Allow the back to lengthen. Allow the back to widen. All the way down. Allow the shoulders to fall apart. Now this is the point where you can check yourselves. Am I pulling my shoulders back? If I do that, what's it doing to my body? Be aware of that, because your ribs will come out. Do you want that? So draw the wing bones down. I'm adding in technique into the Alexander, and allow the hips to release, which is easier to do when you're standing, I must admit, but you can still do it when you're sitting. All right, who else is here? So, Ornella twice. Hi Anne, I need glasses. Hi Joanna. You caught us just as we're starting. All right, so as I said, we're flair today to what we're doing. So my background is in classical ballet technique, and we're going to be including that in what we do. And as you'll see, when we do these movements, you'll see my foundations, and this integrates into all the movements that I show you actually. That combined with Alexander technique, so I just gave away my secret. But there is classical ballet technique and there is classical ballet technique. I won't say any more. So I'm going to put that piece of music on. We're just going to do a warm-up. If we were standing at the ballet bar, we'd be doing a warm-up now, and a way to start is by exercising the feet and the legs and just getting them ready, just getting them warm. So we're just going to do a simple point and flex. But when we do the point and flex, there's a couple of things I want you to think of. When you're pointing, don't curl your toes, don't do that. Keep them long. Keep them long so you're reaching through that big toe. And the reason for that is you're going to be working your soleus muscle more than if you were just pointing and not doing that. If you're scrunching your toes, you're not working the soleus muscle as well. Now that's a useful little tidbit, isn't it? So we're going to point, and then when we flex our foot, reach through the heels. Like you're reaching, like you feel it right from your sit bone, right through your heel. So with that, you're not clamping it here. Oh, I've got bits everywhere. You're not clamping in your the front of your leg there. You're reaching and lengthening the back of the leg. So pointing, reach long with the toes and reach through the heel right from the sit bone. And all the time you do that, you're sitting up nice and tall. Okay, let's do that with the music. Oh, I think I hope the Yui boom's still on. Theme for one-handed piano concerto. Sitting up nice and tall. Point, reach from the toe. Reach through the heel. And let's have our arms here. Let's even curve them. Looks like ballet now, but don't lift your shoulders up. Reach through the heel. If you can't do the arms at the same time, just don't do them. Really feel that reach. It's not just a point and flex, is it? Other foot. Oh, I can feel that. I don't think I've done enough exercise today. Oh. Things go to sleep when you're not exercising enough, don't they? Reach through the heel, long toe. Lift up. And quite often, as a progression in ballet technique, the pace of things gets quicker once the foundations are learned. Which we're doing now. Beautiful. All right, that was good. Now, because we're not standing up, we're not doing the usual stretch and bend movements that will be in classical ballet, are we? But we're still doing them because the fundamentals of all classical ballet movements are stretching and bending. That makes sense, doesn't it? So what we'll do then, instead, we're going to just slide the foot out. And I'll move back a little bit for this one. We're going to slide the foot out and back. I'll show you the other. Slide the foot out, back. Slide the foot to the side. It's not turned out. In, slide, and back. And, oh, that's my hen. I did this the other day. She's running from something. I just got to watch out for foxes. And now let's turn it out. We're going to go to the front, come back, go to the front, come back, and then go to the side, come back, go to the side, come back. Maybe we'll put our hands on our hips. It might be a bit much to do our arms. Now when we're going to the front, we're going to do heel, opposite heel. It's not out here. Heel, opposite heel. And let me show you the movement. Whole foot, ball of the foot, point. It looks like it's not heel opposite heel, but it actually is. It's just the camera thing. And then coming back, ball of the foot, whole foot, in. And did you see what was leading on the way out? It was the heel, wasn't it? And leading to come back, it's the toe. So it's a lot more, there's a lot more to it than just pointing the foot in front. And then, oh, I can feel that. In fact, we're not going to do it parallel. We're going to go straight to turned out because it's more of a workout. You're really working your legs. What movement? Let's see what this sounds like. Who's there now? Hi, Terry. We have a ballet dancer in the house, everybody. A beautiful ballet dancer, might I add. Terry is here. So, Terry, we're doing some ballet. And we're doing tondus to the front. Okay. But we're sitting. I might just... Alright, we'll just use this music even though it's not quite right, but that's okay. We're going to go from parallel, turn out. We're doing them to the front. So whole foot, ball of the foot, point, heel opposite heel. Now coming back, ball of the foot, toes leading the way. Whole foot, don't lift your toes off the ground. And sorry about the timing, we're just whole foot, ball of the foot, point. Keep it turned out, Gina. Then ball of the foot, toes leading the way back, whole foot in. And Terry's finding this a piece of cake while this is killing me. He's younger than me though, so. Ball of the foot, whole foot in, and whole foot, ball of the foot out, and then toe, ball of the foot, whole foot in. Lift up, and now we're going to go to the side. Whole foot, ball of the foot out. Now when I say the side, it'll be a bit forward of you unless you've got a flat 180-degree turnout. So take it so that your hips are still square. Then ball of the foot, whole foot in, and then whole foot, ball of the foot out. Reach with the toe, then ball of the foot, whole foot in. One more. Ball of the foot out. Ball of the foot, whole foot in, and ball of the foot, whole foot, whole foot, ball of the foot. I'm saying it back the front, aren't I? Ball of the foot, whole foot in. Ooh, that was a good little workout. Did you feel that? I hope you did. Who's here? Okay, hi Suzanne, how are you? Hi Joanna. Lovely to see you here. Okay, that was a bit of a hard one. We're just going to do something a little bit easier now. We'll just, I'll come a bit closer, give you a little bit of a relief from that. Or will I? Maybe I won't yet. Maybe we're going to do a movement that's going, it's a circular movement. So while we're working these muscles, you know, what you're doing is you're working a lot on your hip stabilization. So if it's done correctly and you're working the right muscles, it's really toning. And if you look at ballet dancers, you know, have you ever seen a ballet dancer in their leotard from the back? Have you seen that beautiful dent around their bottoms? It's because everything's so toned. There's no jodhpurs of fat or anything because all of that's being so toned. So this movement is very good for that. All right. This one in ballet would be called rondejambe, which is round the leg. It means round the leg. So we're just going to go point to the front, carry it to the side, and we're doing it in parallel, so it's a little bit different. And come back. Point, side, and in. Point, side, and in. And just follow me. It's just that. We might reverse it. We might. Let's do that. I want you to really keep lifted for this one. I'd like the main thing for your technique to be lifting for this one. Don't worry so much about all the perfection with the legs. Do your best. It's a circular movement and you're just drawing a quarter circle on the ground. I had to think then. How much circle? Yeah, quarter circle. So let me just choose something nice for you. There was a really nice harp movement that I chose classical strings for today. Nice. Lift up, lift up. That's the main thing you're doing now. Squeeze underneath the bottom so that you feel that liftedness. Now, when the leg moves, it's like it's moving independently. That's why you get that effortless quality, because everything else is so secured. We're sitting in our chairs, so we're not quite doing all those things yet, but we can do a lot of them. We can transfer our weight, so we're sitting on this bone without leaning. Let's just try the weight transference. Now we're sitting on this sit bone. So if you were going to stand on one leg, that's what you would do. And lift into it, lift into changing the weight onto the other side. See, when I start talking classical, I just can't help myself. Move this chair forward, it's banging onto the cupboard. And transfer. See how everything's square? And take your arms into a circle at about, you know, where the ribs have got that V bit, about there. A little bit lower for women usually. Men is usually up here, a little bit higher. So now we're going to open into second position, stay lifted. Notice I haven't dropped. I'm still lifting up, I'm working it while I'm talking to you. So now we're going to lift, transfer the weight, center, transfer the weight. So if we were standing, we would be putting the weight on one leg and then onto the other leg, and we wouldn't be dropping, would we? I felt that. I hope you did too. I'm sure you did. I'm sure you're all working really hard. Okay, so we're going to do the leg movement now and apply that to what we're doing. So in actual fact, we're nearly doing as much as we would be standing, aren't we? A little bit different because our leg's not stretched. We're not weight bearing, but we'll just hold the arms there for this movement. Transfer to the other side. I think I've got the speaker in the way. I have. Transfer to this side. Transfer to the other side. Now we're going to reverse it. Keep lifted. It's more difficult than it looks, isn't it? If you do it right, you see. But then, oh, I've got this stand there with my computer on it, which doesn't help when I need leg room. Keep lifted. Don't let the elbows drop like I was starting to. Oop. Oh, just have a little rest. Now I think, now what we'll do is we'll do something else that's a little bit gentler. Well, that was gentle, but it had a lot of things going on. All right, we are going to do, what time is it? Is that clock still on it? No, I can't read the time because I can't see properly, but I can see it now. We're going to do a movement that we did the other day. Some of you might have been here. This is a lovely hand movement that is used in Indian dancing. I don't know whether it's classical or it's probably more folkloric, but it's got a beautiful classical feel. And it's great for the fingers. It's great. It's a great little dance movement for the fingers. So we'll just go over it again. So all you've got to do is from the outside in and then from the inside out, your hands in the upward position, and then press the air, and then doop. So it is 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, 1, 2, 3. I did this last time when I was demonstrating it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go over it again slowly. So you start with your hands here. 1. Now turn your hands over. 2. Press down and 2. 1, 2. I didn't do that properly, did I? 3, 4. So bringing them in, unfolding them, pressing down and 2.
1, 2, 3, 4. It's years since I did this music. I'm talking decades since I did this music and I learned this music, this movement. And it's funny how it stays there, isn't it? It's not automatic. Well, it's kind of automatic, but I keep getting a little bit muddled up because I haven't done it for such a long time. But it's such a beautiful movement. So let's do that with the music. Now, while you do that, I want you to be nice and lifted. I want you to think of the fluidity in the fingers. This is great for anybody who's got any arthritic joints, and a lot of people have, or they develop that. So this is a really nice, gentle way of just exercising the hands while you're lifting up. If you can do a little step with it, if you can't, just do the hands, that's fine. Or you just might want to move your body a little bit. But if you move your body, just keep it lifted. Alrighty, here we go. What time is it there? Goodness gracious me. I don't know how it happens. Acoustics Dance for Wind Trio. That might. We'll see what it's like. It's not very Indian sounding, is it? But it'll do. We can kind of go Indian multicultural. Okay. Shoulders down, or falling apart, I should say. I'm going to move my seat back now, just a little bit. Just move your legs, because for the ones who are going to do the leg movement with it, this is going to be the movement. It's a little bit, it's a coordination exercise. Lift up, lift up. How light are you? Keep going, you can do this. You could be on stage right now. Okay, I think that's enough of that one. We did quite a lot of that. I hope it didn't make you feel like, oh, but you can practice it. You can come back onto this live and practice it if you want to. Now, while we've got this music going, I'm going to just pause that for a second. I was thinking, while I did that, came into my head, there's something we don't do enough of, particularly as we start to get older. We start to walk with flat feet. And the exercise I'm going to give you now is to use those feet. We're going to, this is the whole purpose of it, because when you're walking, just in your ordinary everyday life, it's a good idea to take your shoes off when you're at home, or even if you're outside in a place you can walk with bare feet, and you're not going to, you know, cut them with rocks or anything. But when you're walking, feel the ground with your feet. It's the same in dance. You know, feel the floor. You don't just put your feet down, you feel the floor. So that if you're walking, you're going to feel your feet peeling off the floor and start having a relationship with the floor. Because your feet need to work. If they don't work, they get stiff, and then, you know, then that's why people start ending up sort of walking like this, because their feet are they're not used to moving. And people get all sorts of problems with their feet, like plantar fasciitis, which I admit I had recently. I'd never had it before. I thought, what? Anyway, mine's fine now because I know what to do. But I started, one of the things I did was I started really using my feet in my walks and making sure I was using my feet, because, you know, I'd probably forgotten to do that. So let's just go back over this same piece of music, and we're going to do prances. And I want you to go right through the foot, so that when you pick the foot up, roll the foot up, like unfold it and come to a little spring point. Because there's a method to this. There's a method to the madness. And as you come back down, what are you doing? You're going through the foot. This is how you would land if you were coming out of a jump. In ballet, you would go through the feet. You don't go through the feet. It's the whole same process. So here we go. Oh, she goes on, doesn't she? And Terry's probably saying, I know this already. Maybe we'll do it slower. Go through the feet, through the feet. Rolling right through the feet. Think about yourself if you were going to be walking and moving those feet that much more. We haven't finished yet. My hair's getting long. Isn't it, Ornella? Use those feet, go right through them. And they should, when you point them, I can see a bit of my imperfections, which I don't like seeing. We need these feet to track perfectly straight, not like this. Keep them nice and straight. Because if you were walking, you'd want your feet to be nicely aligned, wouldn't you? You wouldn't want them to be doing this, or, I don't know. Lift up, like you're in water up to here. Who's ready to go faster? Please just come on. If I could see you, I'd say, I think it was Donna and someone else. Sorry, I can't see you. I'll say hello in a minute though. Through the feet. Now go higher. And still go through the feet. Lift up, lift up, lift up, lift up. Through the feet, through the feet. Now let's turn it out. Okay, see how you're peeling off the ground. You can hold your chairs if you like, I am, but keep lifting up. Lift up. You'll feel it differently in your hips because you're using different muscles. And you shouldn't be going like this. You should stay as still as possible, because it's like if you're a house, you open the door, the rest of the house doesn't move, does it? It'd make you pretty unstable as a house if that was to happen. I can see sometimes there's a little bit of movement with me, but I'm trying not to. It's easier when it's parallel. Come back. What's that? Ugh.
Now this is the position we'd be in if we were doing a demi-plie. I talked about stretching and bending. This is our demi-plie position. Only we wouldn't be sitting right back like this, would we? And we're not doing that today. So I was just giving you the shape. All right, how are we going for time here? I think we've almost finished. So before we finish, I'd like to just do a little bit of our upper backs, just because I like to do that. And we've worked quite hard. Unless I get an inspiration for something else, which is quite likely to happen. And because I clicked on Russian dance, you know, that was inevitable, wasn't it? There's something in my foot. Dogs have brought something in. I'll move it back. Out. 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 Now when we do this, we're actually turning our upper bodies and opening our arms out. Turn your upper body, not the hips. And I'm on a bit of a tilt, aren't I? It's twist, tilt, just with the upper body. My folkloric teacher's name was Madame Berezovska. And the arms are slightly different, they come like this. I've got a friend who's she's a wonderful folkloric dance teacher. She's designed a whole program in connection with Russian folkloric. She trained in Russia. Okay, faster. Hop. 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 Down. Hop. Up. Hop. Down. Hop. Up. Hop. Down. Hop. Up. Hop. Down. Hop. Up. How you going? I snuck that in, didn't I? All right. Let's do one very, really last thing. Requiem in cello. Just our little back exercise because I love it. With the backs of the hands together. Now shoulders falling down. Open. And reach forward. Hands behind your back, change the position behind your back. Change the position. He's there. Draw those wing bones down. Hang like you're hanging. Hang. Hang, feel the weight. Hang. All right. I hope you enjoyed that.
just leave it a tiny bit in the background. Oh, I forgot to do a curtsy. And a bow. My own version. All right, I'm going to wave to everybody because I want to. Hi, Diane. Hi, Onella. Hi, Christy. Oh, Christy, the hips. Sorry, I couldn't see all the names there. I might need to speak with you separately so we can look at a couple of things, because I'd love you to be enjoying these classes, but I don't want them to be too hard on your hips. So I'll wave to you and maybe we can speak later. Hi, Terry. Waving. Hi, Suzanne. And who else we got here? Hi, Joanna. Hi, Anne. Hi, Nella or Nella, hello. Hi, Sam. Thank you for being here. There, wave. All right, so this was day 20. Oh, wonder what we'll do tomorrow. Something similar, I suppose. And I will see you tomorrow. Don't forget, if you've got anyone who would enjoy these classes, don't forget to let them know, and you can invite them into the group. You can do that. I've set it up. We can't share the videos because I made the group private, and I didn't realize that you wouldn't be able to share it, but that's what I did. So it's private now, and I don't think I can change it back, or maybe I can. But anyway, you can invite people in, and I will see you tomorrow at the same time. I'm aiming for 4 o'clock now. I think it's better. The light's way better. Not too close to tea time either. Okay, see ya.